again, all my friends. I am Nikki and welcome back once again to my channel. I do upload videos for you every single Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Plus, I like to throw surprise ones in there too, and you won't have to miss any of them. No, you don't. Just click that subscribe button and join the party. If you have already subscribed, thank you so very much. I do appreciate it. You can tell from the title and also my face that we're doing a makeup video today, but not just any makeup video. I am going to be creating an eyeshadow look for you using two different palettes that are actually the same. Yeah, you might be wondering, what on earth, Nikki, are you talking about? Well, I'm going to explain. And whenever a more higher end, expensive type palette ends up launching, you can always expect the knockoffs to come along with it. So I have got the knockoff and the real palette right here, and we're going to see how they end up comparing. And since I have a very strong feeling I'm going to be wiping one eye off, that's why I didn't do the rest of my face makeup yet. Normally I do tend to like to do my eyes last, but obviously not today. And I'll also show you the packaging so you can see how they compare and spot the knockoff so you don't end up buying that yourself. Now, obviously, I bought it knowing that it wasn't real because I wanted to make this video for you. And the palette that is fake was sold for $11 and I think 67 cents, something like that, when it actually retails for a lot more than that. So whenever a palette that retails normally for like $50 or $60 is being sold for $11 on another site, that's usually a red flag, so keep that in mind. And I am going to be using the Huda Beauty Naughty Nudes palette for you today, and here they are. Now, at first glance, they do look the same or very, very similar. Not gonna lie, right? But you can really notice a difference on the back. So let me flip. First of all, this one here is the fake. Sorry, I have my ring light flashing in there. But the writing is like underneath the plastic and it's darker, so it's harder to read. Whereas the good palette, the writing is all on the top and is more readable. So that is one main thing. And also they are the same diameter and everything, and weight feels the same. So they're pretty good at that. But let's open them on up and you can really see the difference. This is where I've noticed huge differences. Once again, here is the knockoff. Here is the real palette. Yeah. They tried. They really did. I'll give them credit for that, but definitely not the same. And I will be using basically the same names on the eye. So for example, if I use Juicy on one eye, I will use Juicy on the other. So that way you can really see how they compare. And obviously, this is the first time I'm diving into this palette. I am very behind on the times when it comes to getting newer palettes. I will admit that. But we're going to have some fun with this today. So I already did prime my eyes. I used the P. Louise base like I always do. I got my brushes, got my mirror, and we are all set to go. So let's get started and dive into this palette. All right, are you ready? I am, but I'm a little scared. I'm not going to lie about that, because now that I'm really looking at this, the colors are way different. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is going to be interesting. So I have finally decided what I think I'm going to do. And we're going to do the good eye first. And so I'm going to grab the good palette. And I think I want to start off using this shade right here, and it's called Rough. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and apply that to this eye. All right, so I have got the rough on this eye right here. It's the shape I want to go with. So now we got to do the rough on this eye. And the rough for this one is right here, and it's obviously darker. It's more kind of a orangey, rusty type color. So got it right here. Let's do it. Okay, I've got that on. You can see the difference. This is a little bit more orangey, but the color is pretty. It really is, and it went on nicely. just not the same as the real palette, obviously. So now I want to go ahead and apply something over to this corner. So I am going to go in with Naughty right here. Let's do that. Okay, Naughty is on that eye. So Naughty for this palette is right here. It's definitely more of a red color rather than a brown. So let's do that one. It's on. Now you can see the difference there. Still a pretty color. It actually went on good as the other one did. So far so good as far as the quality, but obviously not the same colors. So let's keep on going. And I want to go in and darken up this corner. So I'm going to go in with Spicy, which is this darker brown right here. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so I've got Spicy on. Ooh, that is spicy. I'm liking this color. The pigmentation is amazing. And I just put one little dab on my brush, and this is where it got me. So it went a long way. Really impressed with this color. And so far the other colors did the same thing too. Like I said, this one has been okay, but the quality still isn't as well as the real palette. But let's go ahead and apply Spicy onto this eye, and it is right here. So in this palette, it looks kind of more like a darker red, which will go along with what I've got over here. So let's apply. All right, Spicy is on this eye. Let's see. Again, pretty color, but that one pigmentation isn't as good. I mean, you can really see the difference in the pigmentation, and this also blends out a little bit better than the fake palette does, which should come as no surprise. So let's get into the lid. Now this is where we're going to get into some of these more shimmery type colors, and I want to apply first something on the outer corner here. So I think I'm going to go in with this one here, and that one is called Hard. Right there. I know I had a double take on that one. What is the name of it? Yeah, it's called Hard. So let's go ahead and put some of that on my eye. That is on now. Here's Hard. It's a pretty color as well. I mean, obviously you're going to get kind of a mixture between the lighter and the darker brown, which I think is nice. And it went on good. So that is Hard. Let's put the Hard on the other eye, which this is what it looks like. Totally different. Oops, hang on, there we go. Right there in the corner. And I'm a little scared on this one. Let's go for it, because it looks like it was dipped into already. That scares me a little. Let's try it anyway. It's on this lid now. Here is Hard from the fake palette and versus the good palette. This one, I don't like the texture at all. It's much more slippery, I guess, which is kind of ironic because there is a color called Slippery on here, but it's just more of like a wet, creamy type of consistency, whereas the real palette is not. I don't know how else to define it, but this is more of like a pressed glitter or shimmer, I mean, whereas I said this is more creamy. You can already see how it is in the pan. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Beauty Bay's texture, which, to be honest with you, I don't really like Beauty Bay's shimmery textures. So just keep that in mind. But let's keep going. And I want to put more on this lid. And I want to go with something a little bit more fun and dazzling. So I'm going to go in with Please Me, which is this one right here. It's nice and sparkly. Let's see how that goes. Here we go, guys. Here's Please Me. That is gorgeous. I like this color a lot. And it didn't really show up on the lid quite as it looks in the pan, though. Just be aware of that, because here it looks more of a gold. But now that I have it at this angle right here, I kind of have it tilted, I can see that there is some pink undertones in there. And it is showing up on the lid with that pink undertone. So it's a gorgeous color. Let's see how Please Me compares. And it does look like a gold shimmer in this particular palette. But I don't really see quite that pink undertone. But let's actually see what it really looks like. You ready? Here we go. There is Please Me. Here, obviously, here's Please Me Again. This one, definitely more gold. This one's got more of the pink undertone. So, big difference there. But, you know, this isn't a bad kind of gold glitter. Obviously, I'm not expecting it to last well throughout the day, though. But when you first apply it, it looks pretty. So, I want to go in now with Desire. And it is this one right here, this pink shimmer. That looks stunning. So let's do that. Desire. That is a stunning color right there. Now, I am really happy, first of all, that I'm able to apply this with just a brush and I didn't have to spray the brush with setting powder. It went on nicely. Didn't have to use the finger, obviously. So I think it looks really pretty. So that is Desire. Now Desire in this pan is more of a coral color. You can see that rather than the pinkish, or not pink, but kind of like a maroony kind of color. So let's apply Desire on this eye. All right, here's Desire on this eye compared to this eye. They are similar, but like I said, this one is a bit more corally. This one I think even sparkles a little bit more in my opinion, but there's the difference between the two. Now let's do the inner corner, and I want to use Irresistible right here. So let's do that. Wow. Irresistible is right. I am loving this shade. Holy cow, that sparkles. That is gorgeous. I love the pink hue to it. Very, very pretty. Let me show you again what it looks like in the pan. Irresistible's right here. And that's how it showed up. I like. All right. Now, Irresistible here is more of a brighter pink. Right there. So let's apply that in this corner. Okay, it is on. And it sparkles. I mean, it brightened up my inner corner, which is what I wanted it to do. It's pretty. It's not quite as sparkly as that one though, but it's pretty. So now all we have left to do is the lower lash line, and this one I want to use Untamed, and it is right here. So Untamed is on. Oh, that is dark. I mean, it's good. I wanted it to be dark, but it really popped on the brush. I mean, just a little bit, and it went a long way. So, it's very pigmented. And one thing I want to point out is I'm a little surprised that I'm experiencing more fallout on my cheek with the good palette versus the fake. So just one thing to know. So let's go ahead and do the Untamed on this side, and that's more of this maroony color again. Let's do that. And here it is. So yeah, did show up more maroon, but it's very chalky. It almost looked like I wasn't picking anything up on the brush when I was dipping my brush into it. So I don't think that's going to last very long though. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Now, one other thing I want to point out is this shade called Slippery. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about it because it made a lot of jokes and things like that out on TikTok and stuff, but this is Slippery in the good pan, and obviously it looks like a clear type of consistency. And in the fake palette, it was broken and there's nothing on the top layer. It's just like a gooey mess. So that's another thing you need to know about. But obviously I do like this eye better. Just my opinion. What do you guys think? I mean, I'll be honest, $11 and this is what you're getting. I mean, that's not too bad, but then again, I'm sure there's a lot of other cheaper palettes out there that perform better. I can think of like Juvia's Place, for example. So, I mean, I'm not that impressed, but I mean, it wasn't a complete wash, so I don't mind it. Am I going to keep it? No. I mean, I'm obviously going to use the good palette. I mean, come on, now why wouldn't I? Oh, and there is one other thing I want to point out as to how you can tell the difference. I already did show you the inside. This is a bit more pink. This is a bit more clear. You see, or more reddish kind of color. And also the mirror, I don't want to show you the mirror because that'll glare, but on the mirror of the Good palette, Huda Beauty is written on it, and there is nothing written on this mirror. So it's another indication that it's a knockoff. But yeah, that's my opinion. So what I'm going to go do now is wipe this eye off and redo it with these colors, do the rest of my face, and be back with everything all done so you can actually see the look that I decided to create using this Good palette today. But before I go, one last final look so you can see the difference. And there we go. All right, I will be right back. All right, everybody, as you can see, I am back now with my full face makeup done for the day. And as I expected, I ended up wiping off the fake palette and putting the real palette on the other eye. So here is what the final look is all about. Please tell me down in the comments what you think. Of course, be polite. But I would love to create more looks with this palette, maybe even do some tutorials with it. So if that is something you would like me to do, please put that down in the comments. But I really wanted to show you the difference because some people think they're getting a deal when they buy the knockoff when you're not getting the exact same shades. They really aren't. I mean, are the shades in this fake palette okay? Yeah, they're not bad. I mean, I'll show you again what they're all about. And they looked okay on the eye, but I wasn't too thrilled about the texture for some of them, and I didn't wear them long enough to see how they were going to perform throughout the day. I have a feeling they were going to end up creasing more. That's just my opinion. So you're just not getting what you think you might be getting when you buy the knockoff. So if you are just wanting a cute little palette for 11 bucks, then yeah, go for it. But I'm not recommending that it be a replacement for the real deal. So I think I accomplished what I wanted to do today. I hope that you really enjoyed this. Please don't forget to tell me your thoughts down below. Give me a thumbs up, like this video so I can keep my momentum going to bring you some more makeup looks. And I hope you did subscribe if you didn't already. Don't forget to click that button. And I guess I'll just see you in my next video. So until next time. Bye-bye.